Well, those are the top stories at this hour. Clearly, lots of talking points, but Jeffrey joins me to walk through those talking points that you, of course, have sent in. Jeffrey.
Exactly. Just sad pictures of, what would you call it now? Just very, will it be disturbing or, let me just say disturbing pictures we're seeing from the Gulf states.
Yeah.
Nature's wrath at its finest right there. And you can see, we always say great things about Dubai, but when nature knocks, everybody stands attention. So that's what happened. So you can see, I even saw pictures of some of the airline operators, the hostesses and all of that, you know, trying to drag whatever it is, trying to plane in water and all of that. So our thoughts and our prayers are with everyone that's been affected. We understand about 20 people are dead, particular incident. So that's why we need to, those are the pictures coming from Dubai. Yeah, you're seeing it, that's Dubai for you. So from Dubai to Oman to the places we call the Gulf states, all of this affected at the end of the day. So look at the level of water very close to the window. Is that a cat or something? Okay, that should be a cat.
Yeah,
Try to hang on to whatever it is
everybody. And you know what, let's just get into what Nigerians have been saying about this situation on X. It's a shocking one. We'll get you live reporting from Dubai any moment from now. But let's see what you're saying first. I mean, look at that, guys. This is from Pieces 101 essay. Jeffrey, it says...
okay, this is for, she says...
someone somewhere,
and someone somewhere is fuming. That is why...
Oh, why is the Lagos government...
That's why the Lagos government demolishing property that's on drainage system or the one near the beach. Despite the fact that Dubai has everything, see how everywhere is flooded. Now think of the situation that Lagos is covered with 60% of water. Okay. Lagos is literally covered everywhere with water.
All right, so...
60%, okay, let's take that for you.
Well, Dr. Mark Bull 60 also says, while Dubai is known for its dry conditions and arid climate, this recent deluge highlights the city's vulnerability to extreme weather events. And a lot of people found out recently what seeding is all about, how seeding works, and they never knew about that before, how to control weather, or how the country controls its own weather. But that's just some of the things people are saying.
Okay, Matt Sponsor says, consequence of artificial rapid development, I fear for natural disaster. Nature must find its way. It's like water. It will find its way. It's fire. It will find its way.
So keep those comments coming in. Of course, we're going to be getting into our own share of coming floods in the next weeks and months. So stay with us right here on the Morning Brief. Let's talk about what happened yesterday in the nation's capital, Abuja. The EFCC trying to arrest former governor of Kogi State.
It was a big drama, by the way.
Yeah, and the current governor came in, and the EFCC is reporting that he actually took the former governor away in his convoy. So, well, Chukwe Book 9804 is the first comment we're getting here, saying Nigeria is hot now. Nobody knows who is next. And I think he's talking about, you know, arrests and arrest. Those that have skeletons in their cupboard are afraid. And he's saying that do not be partial in your duty. That's the advice from that user.
And Sati says, all this drama is not needed. With proper intelligence report, 2 officers will apprehend him quietly. I remember someone said that America took 10 years. This is just a joke, by the way. America took 10 years or so to get Osama bin Laden. That if you had told a woman that her husband is with Osama bin Laden for any reason, give her 3 working days, Osama will be found. So that's
interesting. Very interesting one there. There you go. You see Raji Abdul Jalil also saying it's not about barricading his house, it's about bringing him to book if he is guilty. This is a major talking point, I know. But hey.
Yeah, he's going to be arraigned today for those count charges that have been listed against him. Mwogu Chukuma says, it looks like we're now ready to move forward. If EFCC can focus on recovering borrowed or looted funds in the hands of politicians, our economic woes will dwindle.
So keep those comments coming in, #CTV Morning Brief, or you can just do it on WhatsApp as well. But let's jump into another big one. And this has gotten you and I talking over the past few weeks, and it concerns prices in the markets. We have, well, the FCCPC joining us on the show this morning, but just get an insight as to what you're saying about prices, because the FCCPC says it's going to take action to address rising prices and protect consumers. So Max Zimmers is the first one saying a good response from the FCCPC team. Please, attention should be given to soft drinks and common stuff like rice, spaghetti, noodles, groundnut oil, which affects the general masses. It needs to be looked into, and this is a prayer for the FCCPC. So there's a lot of CCPC, EFCC, FCCPC.
There's a lot. The name is quite long. So the whole idea is for them to protect consumers. Fake activist says, let the commission put more effort towards tackling the issue of hoarding, especially that of essential commodities. The supply chain should freely flow. Achieving that will potentially solve half of these unexplainable price hikes.
So I see there's a lot of support for the EFCC. There you FCC. Go. The FCCPC. It was always inevitable,
yeah,
really.
You guys can just shorten this your name. It's quite
well,
long.
It comes with the territory. You have to give it a name. And with the FCCPC, exactly, you have to put consumer protection and competition as well in all of that. So those are some of the things you are saying about the big stories. We'll take a moment now, and when we return, we'll get into that very big conversation. Do you want to know what it is? Stay with us right here on The Morning Brief. Well, let's talk about the flooding situation. Yes, Nigeria is expected to have its fair share, but the world is just looking, in disbelief and shock to what is happening in Dubai, neighboring Oman, with the death toll, the scenes from the airports, the streets. Well, this morning we're going to bring you live updates. We have our Dubai correspondent, Maiwa Adegoke, live for us on the show. Good morning, Maiwa. First, let me just ask, how is the situation there? How are you faring? It's just shocking to see what's going on.
And personally, I'm doing okay, but that's not the story for, hundreds, if not thousands across the city, Dubai, across the country, even in other parts that are also experiencing the impact of this, what I'm beginning to call this apocalyptic type of rain. It's really serious. I had a very early morning walk around my neighborhood just to see what the situation was, and it really is still bad out there. Reports are still coming in of areas that are still very much flooded. People are being advised to stay home. So many cars are packed out. So a lot of people are not going out. And for people who are going out, who are trying to find their way around town, we're hearing over traffic situations and people just trying to navigate their ways. You go halfway down the highway and then the other half is still submerged. So it really still is a very tricky situation out there. Reports of people's homes being flooded, people who are looking for alternatives, where to stay, families that are stranded, people who don't have food at home saying, listen, I've been eating biscuits and tea for 2 days now. I need something substantial to feed on. So it really is a very dicey situation. And I think right now is not the best time to have a Ferrari or any low car if you are in Dubai, because you need something that's going to withstand that flood.
So is the water or the flood showing any sign of receding, or is increasing, or it stays as it was whilst all of this happened?
Depends on what areas we're looking at. For instance, in my neighborhood, we're already seeing government authorities swinging into action. They're bringing in this huge vehicles to sort of pump out water. So depending on how severe the situation is, it definitely will take time. A lot of roads are also closed, and definitely the same thing will be going on in all these areas, just taking in vehicles there, water tanks to pump out water and take them to flush them out somewhere else. So it really is a tricky situation right now. Initially I was like 2 days, this should clear out, but I don't see this happening in 2 days. So I'd say we should give it another 1 week before we see any significant change and before things get back to normal.
Maiwa, one more thing, because I imagine you have a lot to also plan towards. A lot of people are wondering what caused this. People have been researching cloud seeding. Some other people say, no, do not blame cloud seeding. This is something else entirely. But do we have an idea as to the possibilities while we're seeing this in Dubai and even in Oman and some other places?
Region-wide, it's not just Dubai, and unfortunately Oman, I think, got it even worse. The government of the UAE has said it is not cloud seeding, and so that's what they are saying, that it's not cloud seeding, that it's natural. But whatever the cause is, beyond what caused it, it is now the repercussions, the aftermath of it. Lives that have been disrupted, schools are already shut down for the most part. Everyone has got to go back to remote learning. The kids are home. So really it is the aftermath and how people will have to pick up afterwards. I see a lot of people already talking about insurance claims. So there will definitely be a lot to do even after the water recedes and everything is pumped away. There's a lot for people to discuss and how to pick their lives back up. I was just talking with my partner this morning saying, hey, the rent's already high. People are having to spend here and there. Now to have to figure out how to fix your house or how to fix your car or whatever expense you would need to incur because of the damages from the flood. That's a whole different conversation. And I think the next couple of weeks or even months would really be interesting, for a lot of people.
Well, Thank you so much, Mayowa, for that update. And please stay safe. We'll be, of course, coming back to you from time to time for more updates. Our Dubai correspondent, Mayowa Adewoke, reporting live from Dubai, where there's been a lot of flooding, not just there, but in other Gulf states. Thank you for your time and wish you safety.